Good morning. Welcome back to another Live at 5 early morning motivation here on the Endless Entrepreneurs YouTube channel. Today's quote is coming from the new book I just started, the Motivational Manifesto, right here. Been loving this. I've only had it for 2 days. Read through almost half the book. It's just one of those books where you pick it up and you just can't put it down. It's been awesome. I've been reading every second I've had the last couple days here. And the quote is really, I don't know. I love this quote. Again, I've been keep finding these ones that I haven't heard before, which is exciting because typically a lot of these books overlap. And the quote is from Brendon Burchard himself, the author. At least I couldn't find any credit in the book or anyone else. And it says, "Don't limit your vision based on the number of people who nod." Let me say that again. I love this. Don't limit your vision based on the number of people who nod. I think this is awesome. So when you think about from a business perspective, from any just goals in your life, whatever area you're looking at, I think so often we look for like the approval and the conformity of everyone. And as we pursue something, if we're not getting vigorous or consistent approval and great, keep going, a lot of times we're like, I guess this wasn't a good idea. We stop. And we just move on. And we kind of, a lot of times, and I'm overgeneralizing, but at least for me in my personal life, a lot of times we test things based on the feedback we get. And we let that feedback be the only measuring stick of whether to keep pursuing something. So whether that's you just started an eBay business, you just started an Amazon business, you just started whatever business, or you just started down, trying to, start a new lifting schedule or get healthy or eat healthy. And it's like the people closest to you and the people around you, their feedback and them nodding, so to speak, ends up being the most influential factor in whether you stick with it and keep going, which is just a really bad idea. And it's funny because it's so simple, but we don't really think about it that way because it's just the way, at least that's the way I'm wired, is I like the feedback. I like the confirmation that whatever I'm doing is good. And, that ends up driving how consistent and determined and persistent I am with whatever idea I have. And I think that it's really important that we break away from that. And it's like, if you get a vision on something, or you get an idea, or you feel really passionate about something, like, you just got to push through because you want to push through and not worry about if people are quote unquote nodding or approving. Because a lot of times, your first hunch or your intuition or your idea is a great idea. And if you're not getting a lot of nods, the chances are no one's thought about it before. Like especially if it's an original idea and something very original, it's like you may not get a lot of approval up front. It doesn't mean that you should keep pursuing it and keep adding it. And, I go think back to eBay, and it's like, if there was a business practice or a way of taking pictures or whatever, there was something that was completely unique that no one else was doing, just because you might get a lot of pushback on it because no one's thought about it, doesn't mean that you shouldn't pursue it and test it. And I think that a lot of times we conform to what we see as normal, and we want to fall in that normal category instead of breaking out and trying things that kind of hit us, or the vision that we have for something. So I love this quote. I love this book. I can definitely see that I'm going to finish it and probably reread it a couple times. It's small. I think that was the nice part about it. As you can see, it's not very big, which I like because, normally I do like 10 pages at a time. And with this, it's like I feel like I can fly through it. The text is pretty big. It's not like that microscopic text that you're squinting for. So if you're interested in the book, it is in the description below. Feel free to check it out. I highly recommend it. And let me just jump to the chat, see who's joining us here. So we've got 15 watching live. All right. Hi, Thrifty Nickel. Good morning. Hey, Shipwreck. Got Janet, Mary Jane. Appreciate you guys stopping in. Sorry for the late start this morning. I was up pretty late last night. I had a really late night at work, and so I was kind of delayed to get my shipping and a lot of things done. So decided to sleep a little bit because sometimes you got to listen to your body, and slept till 5:30. So either way, still technically live at 5 within the 5 o'clock hour. And hopefully tomorrow we'll get back to normal. I do have a championship basketball game tonight, so if that goes late, I may get up a little later. But needless to say, it's August 3rd. Sales are cranking, and I'm excited to get listed this morning and get at least 15 listings up and out the door before I head to work. So hope everyone has an awesome day. Hope that your businesses are thriving, and I hope that whatever goals you're chasing, that you are getting closer and closer. So have an awesome day, guys. Thank you.